Your physique never lies. You can fake just about anything in this world, but you cannot fake the hard work and discipline required to build a good physique. You can walk into a room with nice clothes, good energy, a nice watch, smelling good, but all of that can be a facade. A good physique, however, every single person on the planet knows how hard it is to achieve. How much discipline and how much hard work goes into that is undeniable proof of your resolve.
If you look like you work out, people are going to treat you different. Whether they realize it or not, they're going to respect you and treat you better. They subconsciously do it because they recognize it's not something that you bought or got handed to you. It was something you worked for. They admire your dedication and consistency. You have something they want, but they couldn't fathom ever putting in the time and effort to achieve it. Normally, nobody wants to be treated differently, but this time, you should be proud of it.
You want to know what a person believes? Look at their body. Because your physique isn't just a reflection. It's a fucking billboard. It's a billboard that says, I don't follow through. I avoid discomfort. I negotiate with weakness. Or, I lead myself. I finish what I start. I don't play about my standards. You need to realize your kids see it, your woman feels it, and the world responds to it even when you think no one's watching. So the question isn't how do you get into shape? It's how much longer are you gonna lie with your body?
A six-pack is a story of all of the waffles I didn't eat. It shows the kind of person that you are to be able to achieve that kind of physique. Someone who is self-disciplined, who is self-motivated, who can do hard things, who can deal with pain, which is like kind of sexy. They're conscientious, they're reliable, they're disciplined.
Delay gratification.
Delay gratification. All of these things, that is the story which is told by the way that you look.
People with great physiques have the ultimate status symbol. Because if you really think about it, man, our health is our wealth. And if we take care of our health, we get in good shape. That is the ultimate status symbol. You ever see someone who's so fit, they walk into the room and the aura is just different. You feel their aura. You feel that this person is the shit, you know? They know when they walk into the room that they don't have to look at the people, but they know that they're being looked at because of their great physique. You know, that's the signal that they're exposing to the people. You know, they know that they're the shit once they walk into the room. And that's just how it is, you know. People who have great physiques, they know their worth. They are on top of the food chain. You know, it's not all about money. It's not all about how much material things you have. It's all about how much you've worked within yourself, and that's the true aura.
When was the last time you went out in public and saw someone absolutely jacked? Not online, in real life. Exactly. Chances are, it's extremely low. Social media makes you think everyone in real life is completely shredded. But the truth is, that's just the top 1%. In the real world, a great physique is a status symbol. It's something even money can't buy. It's all discipline, hard work, and dialing in on your nutrition. As a young man, a great physique carries a lot of respect with it. It just shows everyone that you're very disciplined, and it goes into other areas of life as well. So chase the best version of yourself. Get stronger, healthier, mentally fit, everything. Because when your body's uncommon, you're uncommon, and that truly stands out, even in the physical world, not just online.
For a man and woman to have great physiques is a silent flex. Showing off your physical appearance can either inspire someone or envy someone. But just know that the envious person wants to be like you. The envious person don't know what it takes of the hard work and dedication that you put in, because he or she will automatically accuse that you cheated the system. He's on steroids, or she got a BBL. And this is what envious people accuse you of doing. So it is best to just shit on the hater and continue to strive. Show off the workout, show off the meals that you're eating. People will second guess themselves whenever they start seeing positive habits from another person. And that person is telling themselves, oh, I gotta get on my shit. I gotta eat right, I gotta work out, I have to self-improve consistently. Because having a great physique is not bought, it is earned.
Do you know the ultimate status symbol and the ultimate symbol of wealth? It's muscle mass. It can't be bought no matter how much money you have. It can't be cheated and hacked into by cool sculpting or liposuction or any other electrical current or quick fix that you're willing to spend money on. It's earned by hard work and consistency and discipline. And I truly believe it is the ultimate status symbol and the ultimate sign of wealth in this day and age. Because you can't buy it. And there is no greater superpower that I feel mentally and physically than when I am on top of my weight training game and when I am consistent in the gym. Prove me wrong.
All right, so someone on TikTok said your physique is your outfit because you wear it every single day. And I can't express enough how right they are because, bro, as someone who's a gym goer and someone who takes pride in his physique, bro, your physique tells everyone a lot about you. You feel what I'm saying? And the most, what's the word I'm looking for? It's one of the biggest status symbols, unspoken status symbols out there because when you look at your physique, you realize that you can put whatever the fuck you want on and it's gonna look good on you. You feel what I'm saying? And people don't take this into consideration and always care about wearing designer, wearing all this Gucci, Louis, and all these like name brand stuff, but the whole time they look skinny and the clothes look like they don't fit them. You know what I mean? So it's like, bro, why buy all that designer shit, spend thousands of dollars when you can literally just get a $15 a month membership at Planet Fitness, a Crunch, or some type of high-tier gym to build on the one physique, the one body that you have, and wear whatever the fuck you want and look good inside of it. You know what I mean? And the thing is, the skinnier you look, like just like without having any muscle on you, you're not gonna look good. I'm sorry to tell you, you're not gonna look good. You're gonna look frail and fragile, and your pockets are gonna be dry because you keep thinking to yourself they need to spend excess amount of money to put on designer that's not gonna look like it fits you. You know what I mean? And so when you get in shape, you realize that you can put anything on and it's gonna look good on you regardless. You feel me? Whether you're like lean, you're like bodybuilder built, which I don't agree with the bodybuilder aesthetic, but if that's what you're going for, you're gonna look better than 99% of other people because majority of people are not in shape. They don't think about how their body's gonna look like while wearing the clothes. So it's like you might as well just take time, take the effort to build your physique. But yeah, that's just something I just want to record. See ya. Also, wait. Leave a follow, please and thank you.
Do you know how much status you get when you have a good physique that people desire? Having a good physique is one of those things that you just simply cannot buy. No matter how hard you try, you cannot achieve it without actually putting in the hardcore work that it takes to get there. You have to eat, sleep, breathe, and work hard enough to achieve the physique that you want. Something like gaining a ton of wealth, right? Money, you can get lucky and be born into that. You can get lucky and hit the lotto. You can get lucky and hit a parlay and now you're rich, where it didn't necessarily take you an immense amount of work. Now, obviously being wealthy, there's a lot of people who put blood, sweat, and tears into their business or craft or whatever, and now they're extremely wealthy. But you see how there's two sides to that coin? There's no two sides to having a good physique. There's one side. You have to put in the work. And everybody else around you knows that. So when you have a good physique, it's almost like a status quo. Like everybody knows, oh yeah, he's dedicated. Like he knows what he wants and he achieved said thing. There's so many people that would, I'm not going to say trade their wealth for a good physique, but there are so many people who desire the physique you have, and they know that they don't have the level of dedication that you do to achieve it. I'm not going to say I would rather have abs over $1 million, but having abs, when it comes to the level of dedication, is up there when it comes to having $1 million. Because this is something you cannot buy and everybody in the world knows it, you're like him when you have like him or her, whatever. You are that person when you have a good physique that everybody else wants.
Being in good shape will just give you a lot of benefits in the long run, aside from your health. You know, it could give you a lot of opportunities at work. People respect you more in the community because of how you look, your appearance. People who look good in general, they tend to be admired more and be respected. Like if you look at it from high school perspective, right? Popular people who are attractive, they tend to get more respect and admiration from people because of how they look, how good they look. And one of the ways people look good is the body, you know, the physique, how you look good. Mainly people look at how your body shapes, you know. So definitely it's the body game. It's a very big factor. Aside from looking good on your face, the overall appearance of your body. Are you in shape? You know, that's what people respect, you know, the shape that you currently have.
All right, guys, so this is 41 years of free game and 10 years of marriage. What I'm here to tell you is that your woman didn't fall in love with you when you started giving her more compliments, nor did she fall in love with you when you started showing up more. She fell in love with you when the world, and hear me out on this, when the world confirmed what she already felt. See, a woman doesn't just want to, like you, right? She wants to feel validated for liking you. When she sees that your physique is turning heads, when strangers show respect when you walk in, when someone says, "Damn girl, he looks good for you," that's when she starts to lean in a little bit longer. That's when she starts to think, do I have something here? And that's when commitment starts to take root for a female. Not because you were chasing her, not because you were trying to be manipulative, but because the way you move, the way you carry yourself, it confirms her choice. And that's how it works. There's a real science here. Humans are hardwired to trust others' affirmations. When others find value in something, that's when others start to see value in that, right? It's called social proof. And your body, that's what it's representing. It tells the world you're consistent, you're disciplined, and you have values, right? And when you move like that, you become valuable. And when she sees the world echoing what's already in her heart, what her heart has already told her, she will stop wondering, she will stop comparing, and she will start claiming. So build the body, fellas, not to impress her, but to reflect her decisions, to give her clarity on why she's with you. Because when the world validates you, because you've been putting in work, she doesn't second guess it. She starts to lock in. And that's presence. And that right there is also power. Use it.
Socrates, the great philosopher, once said, "It is a shame for a man to grow old without seeing the beauty and strength of which his body is capable." Socrates was damn right about that, but most guys in the modern world will say stuff like, "I want to build an elite physique so that girls like me." And let me tell you something, brother, if that's your goal, you've already lost. You need to build your body because it's yours, because you can, because you were born to do so. This life gave you one vessel, one body, and the idea that you can build it into something statue-like is amazing. Here's the ironic part. I'm 32 years old. When I started getting into lifting, I did it because I loved it. And the guys around me that were doing it because they wanted women, they wanted to get women, those guys never built an impressive physique ever. And ironically, it's the guys that I knew, like myself, who built an impressive physique that women like and weren't trying to do that in the first place. So like Socrates said 1,000 years ago, you should build something beautiful out of your body. You should test its strength because you're a man, you're born to do so. That's why you should build your body.
People don't want to admit this, but when you get in shape, people cannot ignore you. They either do two things. They either admire you or they envy you. And if you just average, you invisible. And it's wild because it's an inverse relationship. See, them same people who overlooked you when you were regular, now they're forced to notice you. See, your discipline shows. Your presence is felt. And now that totally shifts how people treat you. And I have firsthand experience with this. I mean, coming up, I played ball. I carried a little extra weight, a little chubby. So outside of the court, I just kind of blended in. Nothing was really different about me. But I'm telling you, once I leaned out, I built muscle. Once I totally transformed my physique, it was like a whole paradigm shift. I mean, the way people started to turn their necks and, how people addressed me, the way that, people would compliment me. That, and also I was starting to get those envious looks from insecure ones. And understand this, I'm not saying this from the standpoint of just being vain. This is a reality. Your body speaks way before your mouth ever does. And so when they see someone of your stature, it reminds them of two things, right? It reminds them of what they're not doing and it makes them feel away, or it ignites them. They admire what they see and they get inspired from you. Like I said, nobody want to talk about it. It's just an observation. Hey, that's it. But listen, if you are tired of being invisible, if you need help on your journey, accountability, workout plan, meal plan, tap that link in my bio. And if you found value from this post, spam all of my buttons, give your girl a follow. Much love.
The real secret that nobody tells you about having a strong physique is not just about muscles or being ripped. It's about having status and power. The thing you need to understand is that your body is the first thing that people notice on you. When you walk into a new environment, when you meet somebody for the first time, is the first thing that people see about you, and it either shows off strength or weakness. A strong physique shows you're disciplined, it shows you're focused and relentless. Now, a weak physique, on the other hand, shows your weakness not just in your body, but in your character. Women are biologically wired to be drawn to strength and power, okay? So when you have a strong physique, you're signaling that you have strength, you have confidence, and have dominance. When you walk into a room with a strong physique, or even on a beach like I'm at right now, you don't have to chase after attraction, you are literally creating it. You have to understand that building a strong physique isn't just about lifting weights. It's about being disciplined, consistent, having calculated nutrition, and building a strong mindset. It's not just about being fit, okay? It's about building status and power through your body that signals to the world that you're a man of strength, discipline, and confidence. If you're ready to build a strong physique, follow me for more.
The next status symbol is going to be someone's physical physique. Status symbols in 2025 were all about exclusivity, and now it's evolving into something even more exclusive: how fit you look. Because when you see someone who's fit, you don't just think they're skinny. You think they can afford expensive Pilates classes, they spend a lot of money to eat healthy, they may pay a lot of money for a shot, and they likely have autonomy over their schedule to prioritize wellness. So I think we're going to start to see a lot of money being spent towards physical physique so people can hit this status symbol. And let's be clear, being healthy and having a good physical physique are two different things. I think we're going to see, and we've already seen, a lot of expensive shortcuts to get there, but the people that put in the hard work for a fit physical physique will post it online to show that they earned this status symbol. Now, what do you think? Is the 2026 status symbol physical physique?
Some of y'all need to understand, having a good physique can eliminate a lot of disrespect that men or women or anyone gives you. I was watching a video and the dude was pretty much talking about how if you have a nice physical physique, even if you don't have skill, 9 times out of 10, people aren't going to test you. Because even if you don't have skill and you got like big muscles or you got a nice lean physique or something, people still have to factor in strength. And as somebody who's been in shape, I can 100% attest to you. Yeah, people can say shit on the internet, but if people say shit to my face, no. That's a huge fucking like reality check. Most people are not going to say shit to you to your face if you're in shape. It's not eliminating the disrespect, but your chances of getting disrespected if you have a nice physique, in shape, and people can see that, it still goes drastically down. For example, we all know Devontae Smith, the Eagles wide receiver. Yes, he is not as big as the average NFL player, but he is still pretty big for his size. For example, me and him are around the same height and same weight. He's about 180 pounds, 6'2". I'm about 6'2", 175. If you came across Devontae Smith, even though he is considered small amongst NFL wide receivers, you still wouldn't test him because of the fact that he looks in shape. He got muscles, and 9 times out of 10, you can see his muscles do his fucking shit, bro. But this is why I say a lot of y'all on here, y'all talk crazy on the internet because you don't get to like fucking, people don't get to see you face to face. But 9 times out of 10, the same people that would easily talk shit on the internet would never say it to your face. Because it's easy to disrespect somebody through a phone. But 9 times out of 10, if somebody saw you in person, you had a nice physique, they not gonna disrespect you. And I'm telling you, this is why it's so important for men to get in shape. Because I'm telling you, bro, it's just the physical presence alone will probably mitigate someone's chances of disrespect you. That's all I'm saying, bro. So if this will motivate you to get in shape, bro, I don't know what to tell you.
Get in shape. Because when you are in shape, there is nothing like it. It's the closest thing to being a celebrity that I can even fathom. Dudes are gonna start dapping you up. Women are gonna try to touch you, ask to feel your arms. You guys don't understand how rare it is to actually be in the shape. Let's say you go to a gym. That's a very small microcosm of the people that live in that area. And let's keep it a buck, the majority of people that are in the gym really aren't even in good shape. So the fact that you're in the gym, you're already one-on-one, let alone being in shape inside the gym, that makes you one-on-one as well. But if you kind of get caught up in that life of constantly going to the gym, constantly being around other people that are in shape, you start to think like everyone's like that. And it couldn't be farther from the truth. Guys, leave your little microcosm of self-improvement, the microcosm of being in the gym, and really go out and see how many people are actually in shape. Go to your airports, your Walmarts, your Targets. You'll walk around, you'll see almost nobody in shape. So when you come into the gym or you come into the club in this instance, people take notice of that. It's a sign of discipline, delayed gratification, sign that you one of them ones. And everybody respects that. Dudes will respect it and so will women. It's a celebrity experience you won't ever get anywhere else.
I believe that we should all strive to have great physiques because this is all we can control. You know, what we have right now is what we can control. We may not all get rich because the system is against us. There's a lot of things that we cannot control, but our body is one thing that we can absolutely control. So with this in mind, we have control over our body. Let's try to achieve the best thing possible for our body, and that is getting in good shape and look good, being great physique, so that way we can advance. You know, we can not only take care of our health but also inspire others to become healthy and to look good, you know, because there's a lot of opportunities if you look good, if you have great physique. You know, people respect you, people admire you, and girls will love that. You know, it's just general. It's general. Aside from having a great personality, why not have a great physique too? It will only just benefit you.
It's not rocket science. When you're somebody in shape and you have a fit body, you get more respect from other people, because when you walk into a room, you're not just saying, hey, look at me, I'm disciplined. Hey, look at me, I actually love myself. You're sending a signal to everybody else without having to say a freaking word that you work harder than them, that you are more disciplined than them. Then you don't just put whatever you want into your mouth. You don't just show up to the gym when it's convenient for you. You are somebody that does what they said they were going to do when they don't feel like doing it anymore. And that's worth way more than any watch or shirt you could buy. Discipline earns respect. Don't forget that.
You know what I've noticed? If you have a physically fit body and you take care of yourself, like once you're in the gym working out, you're surrounded by that community. Everybody look normal, average, because everybody's fit and, you know, working on themselves. But as soon as you step out of that environment into like a Walmart, a Target, automatically it's like a different scenery, because there you stands out from the rest of the world, because everybody else, they're not fit. The rest of the world is not fit. So you gotta get eyes drawn to you. Like if I'm freshly out of the gym in my short and a tank top and I'm walking into Walmart, I'm gonna get some attention on me. Automatically the eyes gonna look at me, and I don't care, but in a way that's just the reality of it.
If you go to the gym and you feel like your physique isn't all that impressive or it's slacking a little bit, go on a cruise, go to an amusement park, even go to Walmart. If you go to any of these places, you're going to change your mind pretty quick. I just got back from a cruise, and out of the thousands of people on that boat, maybe a handful of them look like they've ever stepped foot in a gym before. You'll start to realize that physique you think isn't all that impressive is actually putting you in a very select group of people. I mean, I saw more people that weighed over 600 pounds than I saw that worked out. And that shouldn't ever be the case. So if you've been in the gym and put on a little bit of muscle, own it. Be proud of it. There's not a lot of people out there willing to do what you did to get it.
The world looks at you differently when you're fit, because we live in a world of people overweight or obese. And when you take care of yourself, there's a different level of respect that people look at you. When it comes to work, people respect you more because they're like, man, if he's that disciplined with himself, that's going to play a big role in everything else he does. That's some of the biggest benefits, because you're first before you can help others. And if you can't help yourself, how are you going to help other people?
Your body and your physical fitness say something about you automatically before you speak, before you introduce yourself, before you tell anyone what you do for a living. When you walk into a room fit, strong, and healthy, you don't have to announce your worth. It is written all over you. People feel it and they notice. It's not about having the perfect body. It's about what that body represents. Discipline, consistency, respect. The kind of respect that says, I care enough about myself to do what most people won't. You cannot fake a strong body. You cannot shortcut the grind. Every rep, every morning, every clean meal, every workout, it all adds up to a presence that commands attention without even saying a damn word. When you're fit, you carry yourself differently. Your energy shifts the second you walk in. People sense it. It's attractive. They might not even know why, but they can feel it. They can feel the difference between someone who talks about discipline and somebody who actually lives with discipline. And that kind of confidence is earned. It's in your posture, your stride, your eyes. You walk like somebody's conquered their own excuses because you have. So understand this. Your body is your calling card. It's your silent introduction to the world. It's proof that you follow through, that you respect yourself enough to show up daily for yourself. You don't need to brag. You don't need to convince. You don't need to say a word because your presence already did. That is powerful.
When you have a good physique and your muscles are showing through your shirt, you know what I'm saying? You look good in a tight fitted shirt and etc. You get put in a different spotlight now. It could be a good spotlight to some and it could be a bad spotlight to some. Now hear me out. People are going to always turn to you for help. For example, if something's heavy, they're going to look around and ask you for help. They're always going to look for the guy who looks useful, etc. Like, you're always going to get that call upon. If, for example, if you're struggling or something like that, or you're always going to be expected to lift the heavier shit than others. It's a good and a bad thing to some, but in my opinion, I think it's a good thing. I like to get, you know what I'm saying? I like to be helpful. I like when people turn to me and be like, can I get your help real quick with this, or etc. I like it. Hey, it's a compliment.
The reason why people are attracted to physically fit people is not because they're physically fit. I mean, that's a benefit, but it's really because you know that this person has the discipline, work ethic, and drive to get to this position and maintain it. And it's not average, unfortunately. Most people are overweight. When you see someone that's physically fit, you know that they work so hard. They have their priorities straight. It's very likely that they have other things in life that they're super passionate about and have a strong drive for, which is an extremely attractive trait and also pretty rare.
And you want to know another reason why having a nice body is the biggest flex ever? When you walk into a room, you don't even have to say anything and people already know so much about you. They know you're dedicated, they know you're disciplined, they know you work hard, and you don't even have to say anything. Your body just speaks for itself. Your body straight up exposes you. Any habits that you carry, your body is going to show that. That's why when you're super fit, people just respect you more because they're like, damn, you can't fake this. Like, this takes hard work. People clown me all the time. They're like, oh my God, your six pack is your only personality trait. And it's like, just say you don't want to put in the work that I put in. And some people might think like, oh, well, that's really shallow, like to care so much about your looks. Okay. It is a little shallow, but we're all a little shallow. That's just how life works. When you have a hot body, you get more opportunities. More things come your way and things are easier for you. Like, let's just be so for real. Take the easy way out and just get hot. Get a hot body. Like, it's not fair at all, but it's just real. I got treated so much better when I got into better shape. When I looked like this, I got treated so differently than how I do now. Like, do you think anyone was taking this girl serious? You think if this girl was trying to give some fitness advice, how to get a six-pack, would anyone listen to her? They'd be like, girl, bye. Look at you. You're not locked in. Summer is literally 30 days away. And now's the time to stop making excuses and start showing up for yourself because no one's going to do it for you.
Your life will completely change when you get in shape and get swole. It's actually crazy. I've been lifting for 5 years now, and I would say I kind of classified as big or swole maybe like a year and a half, 2 years ago. Like, I'm 200 pounds lean right now, right? And it still amazes me every day, like the little things that happen that you kind of spot out just from being in shape. When you go out in public, let's just say the store, for example, you will get a lot of stares, a lot. Mainly it's from the moms. The moms love the big guy. But on top of that, you gonna be walking past like the old heads or the dads, and they're gonna be like complimenting you, be like, oh, do you work out? Where you work out at? I literally just went to Walmart and I walked past this guy who had a broken leg. He was in one of those scooter things. I walked past him and all I hear is like, damn, bro, you're fit. Like, you get compliments all the time and it feels weird. Like, coming from like a former fat kid, I'm not used to this. And I already know I made a video on this and went viral, but it's like I gotta talk about this still. Like, it still amazes me. Like, even the crackheads are coming up to me. I was literally getting in my car from Walmart earlier and this guy approaches me. He's like, hey man, what gym do you go to? Like, actual crack addict. I'm like, oh my goodness. You gonna get a lot of girls like staring at you, like, especially if they're with their friends, they'll like look at you and like, like little giggles. Like, I'm not used to this. And especially at the gym. You know you're really swole when you're at the gym and the old heads come up to you like, so son, are you competing? Are you taking anything right now? No, sir, I'm natural. I'm just lifting to get big, okay? Look good naked type vibe. And I think the biggest thing too about this is like, you do get more girls, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, girls think that you have this 20-player roster when in reality, girls are really intimidated to like text you first now and approach you. So really, we don't be having nothing. I don't know, man. Like I said, I made a video on this before, but it just still amazes me to this day. Like the daily things that happen, like life just treats you different, bro. If this isn't your sign to get in shape, I don't know what is. Like, it's actually crazy. And last thing too, like every room, every place you go to, like you're that, you feel me? Like you get this instant respect from everybody. I don't know. It still feels weird to me. Like, why are you looking at me?
It's crazy because when you're in shape, you're in the top like 1 to maybe 10% of people with really nice physiques. No one really talks about that because the world is so, out of shape. People are so out of shape in the world that when you are in shape, it's almost like it really is an anomaly and you become a top 1 to 10%er. Like, just think about that for a sec. That means there are not too many people on this planet with a similar body or similar physique as you. Not too many people are in shape. So when you are going to the gym and you're working on your diet, you're eating healthy, you're putting yourself in a different field, a different category physically, which is a reason why so many people stare at you, why your aura becomes so strong, why your essence of your being becomes so strong, and people gravitate towards you because you're in a different percentage of physicality. You're a physically imposing person. You have a body that many want to obtain but not willing to put the work in for. Your aura, your essence, your power, everything becomes something that is contagious and something that many people want but are not willing to work hard to get. They're not willing to put the time in. They're not willing to work on the diet the way you are. So unless they're willing to do that, they can't be like you. I tell you, a physical fit body is a very powerful thing.
So yeah, aside from achieving a great physique, let's all try to build ourselves mentally, spiritually, and physically, so that way we can achieve the best version of ourselves, reach the highest potential that we could be. And that's one of the ways we could conquer the purpose of life, is by becoming the best version of ourselves. So let's try to work on all those departments and aspects of life so we can be the best. No regrets. Peace.